We are live and get my music turned up. That's one of my sons who made this track. So if you ever need tracks for your intros, for your lives, for anything, contact Action J Jackson on Instagram and he'll hook you up. Welcome to the first live of 2021. I'm always excited to come on here and get in the Sweet Life Cafe. I'm simplifying it tonight with just water. We're going to be talking about brainstorming your goal. Hello, hello, come on in. "2021 is here." I put 2031, Lord. Get in this room, get in this room. There we go. Welcome, 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 welcome to the Sweet Life Cafe. I hope you guys grab you a beverage, sit down. For this live, you might want to grab some paper because we're going to be doing a little work. And so if you're watching this at a later date, or you're hearing this on the podcast, or you're watching this on the blog on my website, make sure you grab some paper before you grab this. Ready to set some 2021 goals, ready to get started, ready to take it to the next level in your life. Because if we learned anything from, let me get this, oops, let me edit this. Oh, that's okay. It's already up there. Okay. If we learned anything in this past year is that no day is promised, and that you cannot wait to live a life you love, because it's surely not going to wait on you to live it. So you got to start taking it into your own hands, taking control of your life, making and setting goals. I heard some people say this year that I'm not setting goals because after 2020, I'm not making more plans. Don't let life make plans for you. Make your own plans, but go to God first. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it tonight. We're going to talk about brainstorming. I'm going to go over some ways that you can brainstorm, some ways you can start to get the juices flowing through your mind. And when you're watching this or listening to this on the podcast, just take into mind, I'm going to try to describe it as clearly as possible so that you guys will know what I'm talking about. So if you're new here, we're in the Sweet Life Cafe. You're at Your Sweetest Life with Stephanie J, the podcast and the blog, and welcome in. It's a new year. 2021 is here. I'm always excited about a new year. I'm no more excited about a new year a little more excited about New Year this year, because I'm really just gearing for everybody to have an opportunity to, whatever held us back last year, whatever we let get in the way, that we can start to move forward. And so this is another opportunity. I love New Year's. I love January because it's when all the planning stuff comes out. That's my favorite time of year. Next step, back to school. Because back to school, then I can get all the pens and all the stuff that I like. Because I love pens and all that, like office supply stuff. I love that stuff. But I'm excited about the new year. I'm always excited about the new year. I love to sit down and plan out my year. And I'll be honest with you guys, I know a lot of people say their life didn't go as planned. I had some things unexpectedly happen. But as far as my plan for moving forward, like with my business side, with my fitness side, and the goals that I set for myself, I was able to accomplish a lot of those goals. And it was purely by making a plan. And just creating a process for myself so that I was committed and consistent. And so being consistent really takes having a plan. And I always think of like an architect. Like an architect, when they build a building, they don't just go and start putting pieces up. They don't just grab something that they see and just start doing something randomly. They go by a plan. They have a plan that's well established, well thought out, and they take that plan, then they get the materials, and then they do it step by step. And they do it based on the plan. They don't just wake up and say, today I just want to, put a roof on the building, when there's only a frame and no walls or anything. So today I want to talk a little bit about brainstorming, and I want to, if you are watching this live, Invite somebody if you know someone who's ready to go and they're just a little bit hesitant. And you know that they need to be in this room and they need to be getting their life all the way together. They need to start planning. They need to start preparing. Go grab them. Share this. If you're watching this on a replay, share it. Send it to somebody that you know that you hear them talking. They're talking about all the things they're going to do. They're talking about all that they want to do, but they have excuses. They have all the excuses in the world. Oh, I'm just this. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I got to. If you get to know that person, even if it's as far as like their home or their life, and they're saying, oh, I want to work out. If it's you and you're saying you want to work out this year and you have this goal for, I want to get out off my lazy butt and work out, you need to be in this room because we're going to start talking about ways to get motivated. Brainstorming is really motivating. It's not just something where you're just writing a bunch of stuff out. It's motivating because it allows you to see what you're going to get out of that thing you're going to accomplish, because you're going to take some time to write down everything that's connected to that. And the way that I do brainstorming, it helps you kind of create a map of how you're going to look at your next steps to achieve the goal or the thing you're brainstorming about. So I'm really excited to share this with you. If you are new here, my name is Stephanie J. I am the host here of Your Sweetest Life with Stephanie J. And if you're on the live right now, you're in the Sweet Life Cafe with me. And this is where I bring myself, and I do lives by myself. And sometimes I bring other women in with me who are building their sweetest life, and I have them share their stories. Tonight you have me. So I'm just drinking water tonight. I could have grabbed some tea, but I just grabbed some water. And I'm going to get started. So the brainstorming process, if you've ever sat down and brainstorming, it's messy. It's not this beautiful, like I'm going to show you some of the brainstorming I've done, but these are ones I'm just starting. And so they're just starting to build. So they will continue to build and be messy. But for the sake of like just giving you this example, because I do mine all in my other journal. But for these, I wanted to show you some of the steps. So, brainstorming can be messy, but your first step is to pray about it. Is to submit your life to God and see what God has for you, and submit your calendar. I was in a meeting last night. We talked about submitting your calendar and your purpose and plan for 2021 to God. That's number one. So number one, submit your purpose and plan to God and release that to Him to see where He wants you to go. And after you've spent some time with that and, you've just kind of marinated on it, God will, if you will allow Him, He'll show you. And so the brainstorming process is messy. Like I said before, it's not perfect. It doesn't have to be concise. And sometimes we get caught up in that perfection of it, but it really isn't. It's an opportunity for you to lay out and see everything that's kind of connected to your goal. And I'm going to show you a little bit of a sample of that tonight on a whiteboard and show you a couple tools you can use. You can go back and add on. You can take away. That's the beauty of a brainstorming board. You can add more on. You can scribble things out. I use erasable pens because I like to erase things. Because I kind of like things neat a little bit. So I use erasable pens, but I'll go back and erase things or rewrite things, or I'll extend it. But it's all up to you. And what you really want to start doing is kind of thinking about things that are close to your heart. And that's where God will reveal to you what your intention and purposes are, because it will reveal to you things that are close to your heart, things that stay in your head, things that stay on your mind, things that, come to you more than once, things people talk to you about. I'm going to share my messy board here. So hold on. Okay. So I have a couple. So this is how I usually do it. Sometimes it depends on what I'm doing, but I'm going to show you right here on Instagram and in the blog. So this, I do maps. So I map out. So what you'll see is I sit down and I write down the areas I want to focus on at this time. So for right now, family, faith, the sweet life, and my health are the 4 areas that I'm really focusing my energy on. And I won't be able to focus on all these like real concentrated all the time. That's why I have to have a plan. Hey, welcome in. The soap, I love it, by the way. Love it. It smells so good. My husband was super impressed with it. I'm talking about brainstorming tonight, so how to brainstorm an idea. And so I'm sharing my brainstorming board. So the 4 areas that I'm working on this year are family, faith, health, and my business, The Sweet Life. And so what I do, and I will try to get up close here. I'll go to health and show you that. So I put the thing that I'm focusing on right here in the middle, and then I kind of do a wheel. So I just kind of think of everything that I would relate to that thing that I'm focused on. So for health, I'm going to read them because I can't see them, reading them backwards. So I really want to focus on getting my bodybuilding body back. So some of the things I need to do is that. So what you can do is, like I have here, get my bodybuilding body. What I could do is I could put another line right here, and I could write on there the things that would contribute to that. So I would need to eat a clean diet. I would need to lift heavy 1 to 2 times a week or 3 times a week, whatever I have available. I would need to do cardio 1 to 2 times a week. And so under my health, I have all those things. So I have lift 1 to 2 times a week. I have decreased my sugar intake, which I do love me some sugar, but right now I'm not eating sugar. Meal planning, which is huge for me to be able to complete this health goal that I have. Because if I don't plan my meals out, I'm not going to buy the appropriate foods to make the meals I need. And then I have down here, drink a gallon of water. And so that's how I'll kind of start my brainstorming process. So then I'll take those things and then I'll start to break them down. So how would I drink a gallon of water a day? Oh, good. I'm glad this is going to help you. So say you're going to drink a gallon of water a day. So you start off your day, you might get a gallon and fill it up. That's what I do. I get a gallon and fill it up. You may get 8 water bottles and fill them up, and then you see yourself drink those water bottles. But that's how you really start that process. So if you know you need to drink a gallon of water a day, and that's one of your goals to get to your big goal, that may be your only goal for January. Your only goal for January, hey, LaDonna, miss you. Miss you too. Your only goal for January might be to drink a bottle of water. Your ultimate goal, like my goal, is to get my bodybuilding body back. But I might only be able to do one thing this month, which is start drinking a gallon of water a day. Or the other thing may be like, I'll cut sugar. So there could be 2 of those things. So when you set your goal out, you can start, mine starts focus on my health. My big goal is my bodybuilding body. So what I'll do next is I'll take that and then I'll start to set my daily goals on that. So I know I need to meal plan. I know I need to drink my water, and most importantly, I know I need to lift heavy. So all of those things will go into my daily plan. So what I'll do in my planner, and let me see if I can have my planner here. Oh, I do. Perfect. I'm just going to show you this. This is what we're going to talk about at the workshop on the 16th. We're going to really go through this. So then what I will do is I'm going to provide you with planner sheets that I use, but I actually I'm trying to use my planner this year more effectively. So what I will do is I will break those down in my planner. So right now I have just my work stuff in here, but what I will do once I start writing this out, and I'm going to do this in the class on the 16th, is I'll write down, so this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, so there you go. Like I say, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I'll actually write down, my meals for that day. So I'll write down, like today was oatmeal. For lunch, I did, I can't remember what I have for lunch. I can't remember. Oh, I did a bowl. But I will write those meals out, because what tends to happen, if you don't write it out, then when you get hungry, you'll go grab something. So since my goal is to get my bodybuilding body back, I have to really focus on my nutrition and my water. And so writing that down and putting it someplace you're going to look at. So I have sheets I'll provide for you when you attend the class on the 16th. But you can I got this planner from Michael's. I used my 50% off coupon. It was like $19. And what I like about it is it has these daily sections. So you can write on here your meal plan. You can write on here, if you say, I'm going to work out in the morning. And so I'll write out every day, like, lift weights on Monday, cardio on Tuesday. I'll write that out in this planner on these pages. And so say up here, I'll put my weightlifting. So lift today, cardio this day, have my meals down here. And then it's a constant reminder. And so that's how I kind of map those out. So when you're doing your brainstorming, this is an opportunity. So you can make this literally a web. So you can continue to say I go, this says lift weights 1 to 2 times a week. It has 1 day of yoga, and I think I have 1 day of cardio because my body's really weird and it burns everything if I start doing too much cardio. But I know that about my body. So I only have 1 day of cardio. So what I might start adding out here is I might say, okay, so I'm going to lift at home 1 day and then 1 day at the gym. So then my handwriting's terrible, by the way, on here because I'm writing fast. So then I'll put that on my calendar. So when I write out my plan for the week, I'll write down the days I'm going to the gym, the days I'm going to work out at home, and I'll incorporate that into my life. And that's why you take that time, and this can change. Here's the beauty of it. So let's look at, we'll look at faith. So faith here, I really want to get closer to God. You know, every year, that's always a goal to get closer to God. So I'm going to have to take some steps. So one of the things I put on here is learn 1 scripture every week. Okay, I've been working on this 1 scripture, you guys. You're brainstorming. Oh my gosh. Does it look this crazy? Because this actually is my tame one. Because I actually rewrote it just for this class. I rewrote it just for this class. So this is my tame one. So I'm going to actually, here's what I'm going to do. I brought so you can also use tools like a whiteboard. So if you're one of those people that, you know, you like to have it someplace else, you can use a whiteboard. So let me see. So I got the whiteboard here. You guys can see it. This is my brainstorming session. So I'm going to take my faith. And so I want to my goal is to get closer to God. Okay. And so how can I get closer to God? So read the Bible. Pray. Meditate. Okay, so then I can break down reading my Bible. So how often do I want to read the Bible? So say I want to memorize a verse every week. Okay, so how do I want to memorize a verse every week? Maybe I'll post a verse in my bathroom on the mirror, which I did for a really long time. I never memorized that verse, so I'm trying something new. Post on my mirror a verse every week. Okay, so if I want to pray, well, let's see. I want to pray in the morning and the evening, and maybe in the afternoon. I might even go as far to say after lunch. And this could be before breakfast. Do you guys see how I broke that down? So this mind map, and yeah, you were saying, Jared, you should see my, this is like how I usually do it. And this could go on and on. Like, just because you do it once doesn't mean that's it. You can keep adding to it. You can keep building on it. So like meditate. So I meditate in the morning and the evening. And you can go, I would say, what, YouTube. So I might choose where I might meditate with YouTube, and then I might meditate with Peloton in the evening, although I usually do like the opposite of that. But see how that gives you a little visual of where you want your goal to go? Because truly it's about planning. Everything has to have anything done with perfection in life. If you think of any construction or any business or anything that's built, it has a plan. It's not done randomly. You don't just wake up and say, oh, here's another one. Let me go back to my health and fitness one, because that's an easy one. So if you say I want to lift 2 days a week and I want to lift in the morning. So you might even add to that on the days I'm lifting at home. So you're lifting at home, lay my clothes out the night before. And so what happens with these is as you write these out and you start to make them part of your life, they become part of your process. They become habits, and they become something that you start to do consistently because you have a plan for it. Like for me, I lay my clothes out for my workouts every night, because if I don't, I guarantee you, if I have to go look for a sports bra, look for leggings, I have to go find my gym shoes. I keep in my workout room. I don't even like take them anywhere in the house. They stay in my workout room so that I don't have any excuse not to get up and do it, because I know what my goals are. So if I know what my goals are, I keep that focused in my head. Like, I know it's not going to happen overnight, but I know every little step that I take towards that thing is going to get me to that thing. You can do the same process if you're starting a business. You can do the same process. So I'll give you another example. My goal the other day, and I posted it on Instagram, was to clean out. I had all this extra mail that I had not filed for 2020, and it was driving me crazy. So I put it all on the chair. I put it all on the chair because if I would have kept it where it was, I would have never seen it. And my goal was to get that all in the divider in 2 days. So I gave myself a 2-day goal. I said I'll go through one container one day and one the other. Well, by the time I got started, it took me 15 minutes. I went through both containers, had it all organized and filed in 15 minutes. And it really was that I said in my mind, I was giving myself 2 days. So it doesn't have to be that you like kill yourself to do this thing. You can give yourself some grace. If you say, the fitness is your goal, if health and fitness is your goal, if you say, okay, the first 2 weeks of January, I'm going to commit myself to drink my gallon of water every day. And if that's as good as you get, then that's where you are. And meet yourself where you are. Don't beat yourself up to say, oh, I didn't work out today. If you didn't, then commit to work out the next day. That's why your life is evolving. Life is an evolving thing. It's not a one and done. Brainstorming is not a one and done. I guarantee you I will come back to this again, and I will look at it and say, okay, where am I really successful and where am I having challenges? Because for me, honestly, the diet part of meal prep is easy. That's not even like, I don't even need to put that in there because that's part of something I always do. The real challenge is getting to the gym, because I have a gym in my house, so I do work out at home, but to get the results I want to see, I got to go to the gym. But it's cold outside. And that means I have to like get really dressed and like I have to like look halfway decent, kind of. And that means I have to leave the house and go out in the cold. So that's kind of a challenge for me. I can get up and work out in my workout room any day. I don't have a problem with that. So that's why I'm committing myself. And I also have an accountability partner who is my husband. So have an accountability partner too. As you start to brainstorm, maybe join up with a friend. So if you're starting your brainstorming, you're saying, this is something I want to do. I want to commit myself to do. Get an accountability partner. But take some time, and I just wanted to show you. So this is one way you can do it. So you can do it with a web, and I'm showing this on Instagram and for the blog. You can do this as like a web where you map out and keep mapping out and keep mapping out. Another way you can do it, which is a way I sometimes do it, is I do it as a list. And so you can, let's see if I can do, so here's our health right here. And I just listed out. So you can also do the same type of thing. You can go off to the side there and say, okay, work out 1-2 days a week. So on Mondays, I'm going to commit myself to go to the gym every Monday. I'm not doing that. I'm going on Saturday. But that's just an example to commit yourself to go 1 day a week. So you can kind of do the same thing. So here's another way that you can map those out, do the brainstorming, is by writing a list. You just find what works for you. I personally, I have done both. I've done the list. I kind of like the mapping because it really lets me kind of be able to like branch out and continue to, hey, welcome to the Sweet Life Cafe. We're talking about brainstorming for your 2021 goal. And I'm sharing a couple ways that I brainstorm. One is by mapping. So as you can see, I shared some of my goals here. So my 2020 health goals, I have them mapped out, and I really just kind of go through and I put my goals health, but my big goal is my bodybuilding body and getting that back. And so I kind of went through to write down everything that I need to do to get to that goal. The other thing you can do, so I just wrote the topic, you could write the thing that you want. So if I wanted to put bodybuilding in the center of here, I would put my bodybuilding body, and I would spike out all the things I need to do to get to the bodybuilding body. I might try the web too. Yeah, you try that. I used to always do the list, but I found that I just looked at the list. When I do the web, it makes me feel like I'm actually, I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm doing something. Maybe it's because my brain is kind of chaotic, so it helps. But you could put the thing that you want to achieve here in that center, and then just spike out all the things that you can think of. Just go through. It's supposed to be sloppy. You can go through and just write all the things around. So let me do this on here. Hold on. I'm going to do this on the board. So I'm going to map out for you guys right here my bodybuilding body goals. I'm really putting it out there because I really want this to happen. So my bodybuilding body, because if you don't know, before I had my fourth child, I was a bodybuilder. And I loved that bodybuilder body. But I'm not willing really to do everything I have to do for that. So I'm working towards that. So I know that I need to lift heavy. I get heavy 1 to 2 times a week at minimum. Okay, I know I need to do that. I know I need to eat clean. So I'm put clean eating. So since I know to eat clean, I need to meal plan. So I need to plan my meals out, which means I need to plan out my grocery list and all that. Next, I need to do cardio 1 day a week. And I always add in yoga for stretching 1 day a week. And then I need to get in at least a gallon of water. So really brainstorming comes after you've done a little research about the goal that you want to do. So you want to spend a little time studying about, learning about what you want to achieve, what God has brought to your heart, thinking about it, learning about it, and then you want to start mapping it out. So if I drink a gallon of water, the way I do it is get a gallon jug. That works for me. Somebody else may drink 8 water bottles. Or get 2 big water bottles and fill them. So see, and then you can continue to say, okay, I might, to inspire me, buy a new workout outfit. Or get some weights from my house. These are going to all fall under your goals. So that was a really quick example of how to brainstorm for your goal. I just put my goal of my bodybuilding body in the center, and on the outside spikes, I put all the things that I need to do. And then you can continue to add on to your spikes. And I can put, let's say, go to gym on Saturdays and Mondays. There we go. And so all these are just steps to achieve a goal. And so this is how you want to start brainstorming out what you want to achieve for 2021. And on the 16th, I'm going to be hosting a live free a goal setting session. We're going to be doing goal planning. So I don't like to say goal setting so much, but goal planning. Because when you plan, you always reevaluate. Even when you're setting a goal, you always reevaluate, you always relook at it, and you don't like put so much pressure on yourself and feel bad if, say, you missed a step, or, say something happened and it took you off course. You can always get back on course. But one of the steps we're going to talk about on the 16th on that, it's at 4:00 in the afternoon. We're going to talk about brainstorming, and we're going to take some time and go through it together. So if you have something that you've been praying about and thinking about that you want to accomplish in 2021, come join me at that free workshop. We're going to just be sitting back, and we're going to be learning about how the steps that I take to achieve and plan a goal, and then we're going to be doing it together. And you'll be actually, with that workshop, you'll get a free downloadable planner, and it'll give you the steps that I use to plan. It'll also give you space to do brainstorming, and you'll get a month's worth of planning sheets. So you can, that night, start putting your goals on your planning sheet and start writing out your plan if you choose to. Or you can go home later after that afternoon, and then you can spend some time working on it. But I just wanted to really open up the opportunity to start really working together to achieve your 2021 goals, because heck, there's no better time than the present. You don't know what tomorrow holds. And you know what? We're here now. Like I always say, if you're breathing, if your heart is beating, and if you're able to hear me right now, you're alive, which means it's time for you to get to work on whatever you're here for. And that takes planning and having a system and process in place to be successful. So I just wanted to share with you a little bit of the brainstorming process that I use. I've already brainstorm some. I'm going to actually spend some time tomorrow working on some more brainstorming, but you can go to my link in my bio, or you can go to bit.ly/G goal with a capital G, goal plan with Steph J. Goal plan with Steph J with a capital G. Well, I hope to see you guys in the workout. See, I was talking so much about health, I started thinking about workout. Oh gosh, that was too much talk about health and wellness. But that's my other certification, is in health and wellness, or health and nutrition. So that's why I talk so much about that. But yes, so brainstorming, take some time, pray about where you want your life to go for 2021, and just sit down and start mapping it out. You know, it's easy, it's free, and then join me on the 16th. Which is also easy and free. And then we can start really getting these steps in place. All right, you guys? Oh, you are so welcome, and thank you. Well, that's good. You won't forget. Oh, I got it here. Yeah, I got to get on my fitness goal. I know. I'm thinking about it too much, so I need to go down and actually I told my husband, we cleaned out our freezer this week. I cleaned out all of the meat and everything that was in the freezer. And I said, next week, I'm starting to buy, because he does also fitness and health. So it helps because he'll also be eating really healthy. And so I told the kids already, it's about to go down. There's not going to be anything fun to eat in this house. So you guys better get everything in while you can. So anyway, you guys, thanks for joining me. And if you didn't catch the whole thing, I'm going to put this in my feed. I don't know if I'll do it today or tomorrow, but it will be in my feed. You can also go over to my blog, Your Sweetest Life with Stephanie J, and I'll be posting the videos there. And then if you are listening on the podcast, you can hear it back on there. Trying to repurpose some of this so that everybody gets to get this information and get to brainstorming those ideas. All right, I'm going to go finish my water, because this is part of my gallon right here, this little guy, because I've already had 2 big bottles today, and probably go to the bathroom. TMI. Anyway, you guys, have a great night. Get to brainstorming, get some paper out, get messy, and get to work. All right? And keep reaching for your sweetest life. I will catch up with you guys next week, next Tuesday on Sweet Life Cafe. Bye. Uh-oh. What's saved? Oh, go back to Instagram.